Are jokes. A man in my town was shot yesterday with a starter's pistol. Police suspect that the crime is race-related. An Airbus 380 is flying across the Atlantic. An Airbus 380 is on its way across the Atlantic. It flies consistently at 800 km per hour at 30,000 feet, when suddenly a jet fighter appears. The pilot of the fighter jet slows down, flies alongside the Airbus and greets the pilot of the passenger plane by radio. Airbus, boring flight, isn't it? Now have a look here. He rolls his jet on its back, accelerates, breaks through the sound barrier, rises rapidly to a dizzying height, and then swoops down almost to sea level in a breathtaking dive. He loops back next to the Airbus and asks, "Well, how was that?" The Airbus pilot answers, "Very impressive, but watch this." The jet pilot watches the Airbus, but nothing happens. It continues to fly straight, at the same speed. After 15 minutes, the Airbus pilot radios, "Well, how was that?" Confused, the jet pilot asks, "What did you do?" The Airbus pilot laughs and says, "I got up, stretched my legs, walked to the back of the aircraft to use the shitter, then got a cup of coffee and a chocolate fudge pastry. I like my women like I like my whiskey. 18 years old and mixed up with coke. What does nuclear radiation specialist have for dinner? Fish and chips. I like my women like how I like my laptop. On my lap, turned on, and virus-free. 3 Buddhist monks die in a car crash. They arrive in a beautiful clouded world and begin to walk towards a man. He is standing in front of the golden gates of heaven. "Hello. I am Peter. Behind me is heaven. Unfortunately, I can't let you in since you 3 weren't Christians. But if you can tell me what the meaning of Easter is, I will gladly open these gates for you." The 3 monks look at each other and nod in agreement. Monk 1 proudly claims to Peter, "Oh. Yes. Easter. Big man, white beard, get on sled and give presents to children." Peter looks at him with sadness, "No. That's Christmas." Monk 1 instantly vanishes. Monk 2 pauses with thought, looks up at Peter and states, "Easter. Families sit at table together. Cook turkey and pray." He pauses for Peter's response. "Wrong. Last try," says Peter as Monk 2 puffs away. Monk 3 has a serious look in his eyes and says in a low deep voice, "Yes. Jesus. Son of God. Taken. Beaten. Nailed to cross. Die. Put in cave. 3 days go by. Cave opens. Jesus comes out. Sees shadow. Goes back inside. I was shocked today when my wife told me that my son wasn't really mine. I have got to pay more attention when I pick him up from school. Elon is firing Twitter employees with bad posture. I have a hunch I might be next. Edit, I stand corrected, I still have a job. A man tells his doctor, "Doc, help me. I'm addicted to Twitter." The doctor replies, "Sorry, I don't follow you." I got a lift to the 11th floor, and as I got out, the operator said, "Have a good day, son." "Don't call me son," I said. "You're not my dad." He scratched his head, "No, but I brought you up, didn't I?" What's the difference between a porcupine and a BMW? BMW have pricks on the inside. A genie grants 3 wishes to an old lady. She says, "I want to be young again." Poof. She's young again. "I want my little house to be turned into a beautiful mansion." Poof. She's now living in a beautiful mansion. "I want my cat to be turned into a handsome young man." Poof. Her cat is now a handsome young man. "Oh cat, all my fantasies have come true. Take me in your arms, take me upstairs and make mad, passionate love to me." The cat says, "Oh darling, you should have thought about that a long time ago, before you had me fixed." A guy walks into a restaurant with an ostrich. Walks into a bar. A guy walks into a restaurant with a full-grown ostrich behind him. The waitress asks for their orders. The guy says, "A hamburger, fries, and a Coke, and turns to the ostrich. What's yours? I'll have the same, says the ostrich. A short time later the waitress returns with the order. That will be $18.40 please. The man reaches into his pocket and, without looking, pulls out the exact change for payment. The next day, the guy and the ostrich come again and the guy says, a hamburger, fries, and a Coke. The ostrich says, I'll have the same. Again the guy reaches into his pocket and pays with exact change. This becomes routine until one night they enter the restaurant and the waitress asks, the usual? No, this is Friday night, so I will have a steak, baked potato, and salad, says the guy. Me too, says the ostrich. The waitress brings the order and says, that will be $42.62. Once again the guy pulls the exact change out of his pocket and places it on the table. The waitress can't hold back her curiosity any longer. Excuse me, sir. How do you manage to always come up with the exact change out of your pocket every time? Well, says the guy, several years ago I was cleaning my attic and found an old lamp. When I rubbed it a genie appeared and offered me 2 wishes. My first wish was that if I ever had to pay for anything, I would just put my hand in my pocket and the right amount of money would always be there. That's brilliant, says the waitress. Most people would wish for $1 million or something, but you'll always be as rich as you want for as long as you live. That's right. Whether it's a gallon of milk or a Rolls Royce, the exact money is always there, says the guy. The waitress asks, but, sir, what's with the ostrich? The guy sighs and answers, my second wish was for a tall chick with long legs who agrees with everything I say.